this year's been a different year. I think it had a lot to do with the crop rotation and the beans just being super, super early this year. But there really hasn't been much on this property. There's been a couple deer here and there that have passed through, and I guess that's what I'm trying to catch today is one of those deer coming through, but there's nothing with real any consistency that gives me a lot of confidence. But people have been stacking deer left and right, so I think we're finally getting to that time of year where deer are moving, the right deer are moving, and you never know what's going to happen every time you step into the woods. So figured I'd come out. I had a kid just a couple days ago, so really regardless, I'm happy to be out, and yeah, I'm just going to enjoy the evening. taking an opportunity tonight to kind of reorganize everything. This week looks pretty much in the 70s, hot, nasty weather all week. Granted, I expect deer to move just because we're at the end of October here. However, this weekend is the next cold front. So 70s all week, and then it looks like right about Friday we're going to drop from like 76 degrees to a high of like 55. So anytime I have the opportunity to kind of regather myself, get things reorganized, and just start that next hunt on a good note, I think that's important. So I guess the objective, or what we learned from this hunt here, was kind of, I guess, not to trust the cameras too much. I went in there not really expecting to see a whole lot. Right off the rip, I saw a doe that I didn't get on film. That was pretty much right when I got in the tree. And then that was kind of when the footage picked up from there with those bucks coming out of that bottom. So when I got in there, I was trying to pick out my tree. I had my saddle with me, and I generally would never do this, but I ended up hanging in the tree that my camera is on. No particular reason other than I thought that was the tree that I needed to be in. Camera hadn't been showing anything. However, I ended up seeing, I don't know, somewhere around 5 bucks and a pile of does, and 2 of the bucks were within range of the tree, including that 8-point. The biggest one was like 50 yards away, and my camera did not take a single picture that whole time I was in that tree. So I always try to take something from every hunt, and I think with the cell cams now, everybody just thinks whatever they're getting sent to their phone is what's at the spot, and I am guilty of putting too much merit and too much faith in those cameras, so I tend to not hunt spots that I'm not getting pictures. And although this spot was one that I really wasn't seeing a whole lot, it was kind of convenient, just had a kid, just the spot I could make it to that night, and sure enough ended up seeing a ton of deer. So if you're guilty of that and you put too much faith in your cameras, it might be time to kind of take a hard look at yourself and say maybe you're better off without the cameras, because you're more likely to kill a deer hunting in the woods in a spot that you're not getting pictures than you are not hunting because your camera's not sending you pictures. So I guess something to take away. I wanted to jump on here and mention that, and we're looking forward to this cold front here at the end of the week.